The world's largest living organism, a coral reef, is actually a graveyard where massive coral colonies have died and then been colonized by living coral. This phenomenon occurs when coral polyps, tiny animals that build the reef, die and are then consumed by other organisms. But what's fascinating is that the coral polyps leave behind a structure that becomes a home for other creatures. For centuries, scientists have been studying these coral reefs, and what they've found is remarkable. Imagine a city with a population of over 4,000 people, where every single person is part of an intricate social network. That's essentially what we have in these coral reefs, where the coral polyps and other organisms interact and depend on each other. But coral reefs are not just complex ecosystems, they're also incredibly important for the planet. They provide a habitat for a quarter of all marine species, and they protect coastlines from storms and erosion. However, coral reefs are facing a major crisis due to climate change, overfishing and pollution. But that's not the strangest part. What's even more surprising is that coral reefs can actually help mitigate the effects of climate change. When coral reefs are healthy, they absorb massive amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. In fact, a single coral reef can absorb as much carbon as a 100-acre forest. It's discovered that coral having a natural air reefs can even conditioner for the produce their own planet, and it's something that we can't afford to lose. Wait until you hear what comes next, and it's something that we can't afford to lose. Using a process called bioelectricity, coral reefs can generate enough electricity to power a small village. This phenomenon occurs when certain types of algae in the coral reef produce electricity as a byproduct of photosynthesis. But how does this work? Well, imagine a tiny battery that's powered by sunlight and water. That's essentially what we have in these coral reefs, where the algae produce electricity, and it's then stored in the coral itself. And then something unexpected happened. A team of scientists discovered that they could actually harness this electricity and use it to power devices. Using a specialized device, they were able to capture the electricity produced by the coral reef and use it to power a small LED light. The implications of this discovery are huge. If we can harness the power of coral reefs, we may be able to develop sustainable energy solutions for the future. But what does this mean for our planet? Well, it means that we may have a new way to tackle the climate crisis. Real-world consequences of coral reef collapse are already being felt, with many reefs around the world experiencing mass die-offs. However, by harnessing the power of coral reefs, we may be able to create new opportunities for sustainable development and reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. The impact of this discovery goes far beyond just the coral reefs themselves. It has the potential to transform the way we think about energy production and consumption. And that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about coral reefs, it's about the future of our planet. So what can we do to support the health of our coral reefs? Well, first and foremost, we need to reduce our carbon emissions. We also need to protect coral reefs from pollution and overfishing, and support conservation efforts to preserve these ecosystems. By taking these steps, we can help ensure the long-term health of our coral reefs and the planet as a whole. Want more mind-blowing facts? Hit subscribe and join our journey of discovery. Subscribe for more incredible stories like this. Subscribe for more incredible stories like this. And if you liked this video, be sure to like and share it with your friends and family. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more incredible stories like this.